Hi, Celia. For design, I think the major problem is your the value contrast. I think you can figure it out that especially for the darker point of emphasis, I think we kind of talk about it in last night's critique. They are so for the darker point of emphasis, the the outer perimeter that's too dark. However, your inner part, the gradation is really subtle compared with the gradation from outer perimeter to the middle, kind of the middle inner part. I think you should lower the value contrast because it seems like you only have three layers from the outer uh, part outer I can well outer space we can say that to the inner part. So those in that case those three parts should be equal value contrast. So right now that's high value contrast. So it's kind of make your design has the figure ground ambiguity problem. And I think your for the vanishing boundaries, I think I really love the I think this is knife step. This is really successful. The first one, second one, I think they're I don't know whether this is the second one. If this is the second one, I think your monochromatic could go a little bit lighter because it's a little bit darker right now. So yeah, and I think it's kind of a common thing that a lot of students they did a really good job for the lightest and the darkest, but for the middle value they kind of lose the vanishing boundaries. I think you it seems like you have the same problem. See this too. This definitely could go a tiny bit darker, just a tiny bit. And this one, I think this is good, but it definitely could go little bit lighter. Yeah, and this could go a tiny bit darker. So I think you need to revisit your skill at some point because I think your design has the potential to make depth, but just fix the vanishing boundaries and visual contrast. Let me know if you still have any other questions about your work.